Hello, I'd like to do an honest and fair review of the GODOX wireless trigger and speedlight system for the Fujifilm. Now this is the X1TF transmitter, and this is the GODOX 685. It's a newer speedlight. This is the F version for Fujifilm. Obviously you could just use the speedlight with the Fujifilm. However, with the X1TF, and I've been doing extensive testing over the past few days, done a couple of Velcro mods like everybody does with their speedlight. Well, everybody should do with their speedlights. There's a couple of things that this unit has, and I actually have every TTL and HSS speedlight option available for Fujifilm, including the Nissan i60A and the Air 1 Commander, and including two of the Fujifilm EFX 500 speedlights, which are made by Metz. Now, let's compare this specifically to the Nissan unit. Let's just talk about price first. The Nissan i60A, which is $340, plus the Air 1 Commander, which is $79, for a total of $420. This particular unit is $110 on the speedlight, and $49, I believe, on the X1 TF, so you got a total of $150. So these two units are $270 cheaper than the Nissan package of speedlight and radio trigger. Now, I know this particular unit, the X1 TF, is being replaced by a unit that looks identical to the Air 1 Commander. The issue with this one, and it's not really an issue, at least I don't believe so, is the fact that it's really bulky. It sits too far back, and it will slam you on the forehead when you're using it, possibly. I mean, it's touched my forehead a couple times. It is obnoxiously huge. The menu system, too, is a little bit clunky and fumbly, but actually once you turn it on just for use for radio TTL or radio HSS, you don't need to jack around in the dials, so that complaint that other people have is just a bit too damn unreasonable. Let's talk about the minuses on these things. Now, compared to the Nissan i60A, which is really half the size of this, and both have the exact same guide number, flash power output, the GODOX is obnoxiously huge. The instructions are absolute and total crap. Like I said, I know the X1TF is being replaced, so the dial system, the menu system, actually having to go into the menu system. Of course, it's timed out right now. We turn it off, turn it back on. The menu system is a little bit too deep on the unit, but like I said, you're not going to be going into that right now. Set on A, back to channel 1. Build quality is perfectly fine. These units are actually insanely cheap. The great thing, here's the real great thing, that not even the Nissan unit, nor even Fujifilm's own speedlight has, and Fujifilm has it and the Nissan has it. The Nissan only has plus 2 stops, minus 2 stops exposure comp. The Fujifilm has plus 5 and minus 5. But the issue is an HSS. One thing you don't understand is HSS exposure compensation is the most frigging difficult thing for any speedlight to be able to do. And the GODOX unit does it better than the Fujifilm speedlight and better than the Nissan. The great thing, we got 5 stops of exposure compensation, which the Nissan unit doesn't have. The Fujifilm has, but it doesn't accomplish it as well. Also, the trigger. Actually, on the front of this trigger, the Nissan unit has it, but it doesn't work, and Nissan admits that it doesn't work with Fujifilm. The autofocus assist lamp on this one works beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. It's white on there's a huge design flaw on the Fujifilm speedlight, and I actually put a red overlay over because it blinds people. So this is the only one that works, and it's also the correct friggin' color, for Christ's sake, so this is better than any of them. I said the only negative downside is the fact that the speedlight is absolutely huge, but considering the fact that both of these together are $150, that's negligible nothing. Actually, I give this my highest recommendation for use. I've been using extensive. I just got back. I've been out shooting late into the evening, even past sunset. I've had several hard days of actual use and testing on the GODOX unit and the X1TF trigger. So this is the X1TF, and this is the new 685 Speedlight. I absolutely give this my highest recommendation. I know it's obnoxiously huge. It really doesn't hit your forehead, and the people that are bitching and moaning about the menu systems actually having to hit the function buttons and roll the scroll wheel, if you're using it for radio, TTL, and HSS, you don't even have to do that. All you have to do is just turn the damn unit on and turn your damn Speedlight on. And you don't even need to touch the wireless trigger, so that pissing and moaning from other people is absolutely senseless. So perfect HSS flash comp. The only other bitch actually is that the Speedlight actually has to be sufficient separation from the trigger. Other people have complained about that. If you actually have this, your camera up to your eye and the Speedlight, I don't know, 2 or so feet away from the trigger, you might have the instance where it doesn't fire, so you actually need to have at least about 3+ feet of distance between the trigger and the Speedlight for them to have consistent, reliable firing, but that's not really a bitch. Once you realize that, it's not a problem. So at $150 plus on both of these damn units, I give this my highest must-buy recommendation. There's really no gripes on these units except for the fact that the instructions are absolute garbage. But I've owned every Speedlight ever made, pretty much. I've got nearly 50 Speedlights, so figuring it out was no real difficulty for me. And you shouldn't have any issues as well. So there we go. There's my review of the GODOX 685 and the X1TF. I give it my absolute top recommendation. And this is the only thing that actually has true, reliable, and at distance autofocus assist. Even the Fujifilm, which is white, is not as good, and it's the wrong color. It blinds people. It will make someone want to punch you if you try to use it in like a dark club scene. People don't want that bright white light in their eyes for autofocus assist. Fujifilm screwed up big time on that one. So that's it. Yeah, I know this unit's bulky. It does take 2 AA batteries. This one takes, like most Speedlights, 4 AA batteries. But there you go. I hope you like this review. I've been using it extensively. I made sure that I reviewed and went over and pounded the trigger and Speedlight fully before making this review. And thanks for watching. If you like this video, click the link below. Tell me to jump off a cliff, whatever makes you happy. But I'm not sponsored. I paid for these myself. No one's giving me anything to do a recommendation on these units. Thank you so much. Bye.